seriously don't know why I'm up still, but if you hear this, you're probably going to be up too. And I'm so sorry for that, but have you ever wondered what the line between reality and manipulation is? And what if the truth is that we're not really in control of our own mind? MK Ultra and Project Montauk might just prove that our government tried to control us. For real. In the 1950s, the CIA ran Project MK Ultra. It was a secret program focused on mind control through drugs, hypnosis, and psychological torture. The goal? To develop ways to control the human mind and to use mind control agents for covert operations. They used LSD, one of the most infamous drugs associated with MK Ultra. But here's the most terrifying part. The CIA tested LSD on thousands of unsuspecting Americans, including soldiers, students, and even civilians. In one shocking experiment, the CIA poured LSD into water supplies in order to test its effect on the public. In the New York City, they secretly laced the drinking water with LSD, hoping to erase the soldiers' traumatic memories of war and create agents who, wouldn't have any recollection of their secretive missions. The result? Absolute chaos. Some soldiers reported permanent memory loss, while others became mentally deranged and unstable. It didn't stop there, though. The government's experiments weren't just focused on soldiers and civilians. In fact, some of the most disturbing reports point to the children being used and targeted, specifically kids from the gifted education program. Were you a part of that program? Well, if you were one of the lucky ones, you were allegedly chosen for these experiments. These children, often labeled as gifted, were seen as the ideal candidates because of their perceived intellectual potential. The theory goes that these children were already under psychological stress, educational pressure, and secretly used in MK Ultra experiments to test mind control and behavioral control. Yeah, and manipulation. Many reports claim that the children were targeted for their advanced cognitive abilities and they were also subjected to extreme psychological and drug-based testing. That's insane. Some survivors and whistleblowers have linked these experiments to the early stages of MK Ultra. They're suggesting that gifted children were often used as test subjects in government programs. What the heck? These kids were subjected to intense trauma and emotional manipulation, and in some cases, hallucinogens, in hopes to break them mentally and create mind-controlled operatives. That's insane! One of the most disturbing revelations came in the 1970s when the Church Committee uncovered a bunch of classified records. These records revealed that the CIA conducted non-consensual experiments using LSD to manipulate thoughts and memories and sometimes erase or distort the reality of veterans and young minds. What? In fact, in 1947, one of the early MK Ultra documents mentioned plans to use psychedelic drugs to erase memories of traumatic war. The goal was simple: create soldiers who can carry out missions without hesitation, Winter Soldier, and who would never remember the horrors they experienced. Winter Soldier? Is Bucky real? No, he's not. Anyways, the tests didn't stop there, and by the 1960s, the CIA began testing even more extreme substances. They not only used LSD, but also other hallucinogens and electroshock therapy in an attempt to break down mental barriers of their test subjects. Some subjects suffered permanent mental damage, and many lost their grip on reality altogether. Then came Project Montauk, allegedly the next step in MK Ultra. But this time, the goal wasn't just mind control. It was travel, manipulating time itself. Time travel, manipulating time itself. Time travel. Philadelphia experiment, anyone? But this time on people. What? Some survivors, they say that they were subjected to the manipulation experiments where the boundaries of space and reality were erased. That's not I didn't think that was a thing. One man, Preston Nichols, later came forward and exposed what he claimed were experiments involving psychic ability, teleportation, and mind control. What is it with the whole mind control? That's ridiculous. According to Nichols, Project Montauk was designed to open gateways to other dimensions where boundaries between time and reality were warped beyond recognition. But what if these experiments didn't just affect the mind? What if they altered the fabric of reality itself? The survivors claim that the experiments not only manipulated their thoughts, but distorted time, opening cracks and shattering their entire world and realities. We will never know what really happened. Why? Because no one's going to tell us the truth. We'll get little fragments, redacted paper, but we'll never know. And what? They have egg farms. Has nobody looked into that? Google it. They found egg farms. What do we not know?